Zachary, we do want to see you. Okay, so welcome everybody. The way it works is this. This is Ask Me Anything. So I will share the latest updates inside Gnome so that you can see what's available, give you ideas of how to use it, and show you some features that you might not be aware of. But I'll do that after you tell me what you want to achieve with Gnome, where you're stuck. So we're going to go one by one. Just tell me everything that you want to go over. If everybody has the same thing, we kind of can cover it at the same time. If not, we'll just share screens and we'll solve problems as we go. So Paul, you start. Just tell me a little bit briefly what you're struggling with, and then we'll go through the other ones and we'll try to get everybody.
So I'm building a chatbot that's, I think maybe not quite what, like up until now, I've built bots that are mostly like customer service bots or sales bots. This one doesn't feel like either to me, really. I mean, technically it could be a customer service bot. I'm building this chat bot for a college. They have, for, even if you went to college, you may not know this, it could be slipped through, but colleges have these positions, they're students called resident assistants. The resident assistants are undergraduate students, but they have a job while they're there, and their job is to help other students. And one element of that job is they have what's called duty, where they literally have to walk around at the minimum their building and sometimes whole sections of campus to make sure that like there aren't like security issues or that there isn't like damage and different things like that. And when they're doing that, they can run into trouble sometimes, like behavioral trouble. So they could run into someone vandalizing a building, or they could run into people. I mean, the stories over the years, you could go to check a bathroom, and you could be in a state where marijuana is not legal, and there's a kid rinsing his bong in the sink. Like, there's just a million different things that they have policies for, and if they have that, they're supposed to do something about it, right? So underage drinking, all that kind of stuff. So they all get trained, but there's a lot of policies, and more like when you get into stuff like fire safety, right? So if they just poke in to say hi because they genuinely want to connect with the students on a floor, and they see that the students have like a giant tapestry across the wall, like it's in a lot of schools, that's not wrong, but if it's too big, it's too much flammable material on the wall, then it becomes wrong. It gets into minutia like that, right? So what I'm doing is I'm building this bot so that when the RAs aren't sure, they can just ask it like, hey, what's the policy about tapestries on the wall? How much does it have, and I'm doing all that on the back end, and that's going okay. The weird thing on the front end is it's super verbose when it's answering questions. Yeah. And so I asked it to be more concise. Yeah. And it's like it's just not listening. Yeah. So when I was testing it the other night, I was on duty actually, because we have a staff person who's like the main point person on campus, and we had an incident. And so I was like, this is a great chance to test it. So I'm there and I'm just, doing voice mode and talking into it. And it's creating these big, long lists of bullet points. It's going, all right, what I need to know is, and it's giving like 8 bullet points. And so I said, the next day I went in and I said, don't give long lists of bullet points. Ask the user one question at a time. No, keeps giving big, long lists of bullet points. So I'm like, is it literally like I'm not putting it in the right place? Is it I'm not framing it right?
Yeah, okay, cool. Because I had that same issue. I built a bot to sell my course, and I was like, why are you taking it through all the, why are you giving the answer? Just, yeah. Okay, so there is a solution, and I'm going to show you guys a really cool hack every time you get into trouble with that kind of stuff, how Gnome can actually help you make Gnome better. Zachary, what are you here to get?
Well, first I should say I'm in the field of mental health. I also have a life coaching business on the side. I just started with Gnome, started to play with it. I really want to use the AI agents feature. I bought the tier 3 on AppSumo. And I think I'm having trouble understanding the customization options for AI agents.
So I
In
have bad news
particular,
for you.
well, why don't I finish and then I
Well, we're
want to hear.
sunsetting the agents. That's why.
Oh,
Yeah. So the reason why our
okay,
chatbots can do most of the things that the agents can do, but
okay,
people came to the agents with like the expectations of you're going to go out to the web and you're going to find my clients and you're going to interact with them and you're going to comment on their post and then you're going to convert them and then you're going to sell them a product and then you're going to
right,
support them without me doing anything. So we figure out that there's really bad expectations when it comes to agents. And
okay,
we are focusing more on the chatbots, but the chatbots can really help you if you're in the mental health business.
right,
It can help you do a lot of the things. So if you came in with the expectation that it will create videos and images and social media and all that stuff, that's the sad news. The
okay.
good news is that we can probably get the things that you want to get, maybe not with the agents.
Right. Now, there was a feature with the agents that I did like, sending me emails of like sort of like a newsletter. And
That's safe.
I started playing with that. I'm just unfamiliar with like all the customization settings. My goal is to have it set up so it sends me emails every day, and then I post that on social media.
Um, So we have an agent that will send you blogs every day. Is that
Yeah.
the, yeah, okay.
Hmm.
We can definitely cover that. That takes 5 minutes. Super easy.
Okay.
Um, anything with the chatbots like that you want to do for the mental health, for your clients, for the coaching?
Um, I think I'll continue to play with it. I'm just curious about like the customization features, how I can get it to the right length and the output. And I'm sure you'll go over that today too.
Okay, cool. So that'll be easy to solve. Awesome.
Okay.
Sorry about the sunsetting.
Got it.
Um, but yeah, our bots can do a lot. So you might find that everything that you wanted to do can just be done with the bots, and then there's no loss there. Vanessa, hi.
Hello. I'm here because I am also new, just figuring it out. And yeah, I'm sad to hear about the ages, but I would want to learn more about what it is that the bots are able to do. And if we can create bots, and I know we can create bots and put them on in other platforms and other websites and stuff, but can we create bots? Can we create bots for our clients? And how
Yes.
does that work, creating them for our clients and giving them to that client? So I want to know a little bit more. So I want to know everything, all the possibilities that we can do with this app.
Okay, we might not have time for all of it, but we'll
Not in
cover
an hour?
but we'll cover as much as we can.
Okay.
Definitely for selling and for clients. That's super easy. And I'll show you. So your goal is to build chatbots and sell them to clients and have the clients pay you for hosting and customization, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, some of that, but then also use them for my personal use too, for my business too. But yes, uh-huh.
Your business is digital
Uh,
marketing. What do you do?
what I do is I help busy burnout nonprofit leaders. So teach them about AI and how they can utilize the tools and the resources to do more with the less. And so, yeah.
Okay, cool. So you have a course or do you have consulting? Like, how do you work?
Um, I have a course and I have consulting. I also have other apps, like I have an event planner. And so what I want to do with the bot is because the event planner has no AI and it's just like this plan your event and keep you organized. And I want to be able to take the bot and put it within this platform. And so when they purchase the platform, they'll have a bot in there that can also help them. And I want to see how that could work.
Okay. Ramsey, no camera or voice today? And G Comb, camera voice, you want to tell us what we can help you with? If not, I'll just get started. Okay. So if you guys are here and you want, okay, so let's start with the shortening, okay, and how to get Gnome to do exactly what you want. So let's do it with actually trial and error. So Paul, you share your screen and show me your bot, and just go to the test thing, and we'll do this together.
It's so personal.
So before you do, actually, let me tell you a few things. ChatGPT 5 changed the way that bots are working. So now, before, we can just be like very generic, and ChatGPT 4 will understand it and act amazingly well. Now we have to be very specific with 5 things. We need to tell it what the role is, and I'll share my screen and I'll show you. And we updated some of our templates to reflect that. What the role is, what the goals are, what the process is, things to avoid, tone, and additional guidance. So I'll share my screen first. I'm going to show you what it looks like. The templates are like that, but it starts with like, what are the roles, right? So here's what you're doing. The things to avoid. I don't want you to ever claim to be human. I don't want you to mention any internal tools. I don't want you to reference to any back platforms. You need to avoid all these things. Don't include extra details that may extend the response unnecessarily. This is something that you might want to use, Paul. What are the goals? How does the chatbot actually know that it achieves the purpose of what it is there to achieve? So what is it that I want it to do? I want you to educate. Once they're educated, I want you to move them to a purchase, and then to the purchase, I want them to send them to this link. That way, when you finish this, you know you have succeeded in your assignment as my cupcake chatbot. Then I need processes. If I have a sales process, this is when you use the sales process. Use this when blah. If I have a support process, this is when you use the support process. These are the steps that you're going to take in order to do this process. The tone would be, how do you speak? And I'll tell you how I got to this in a second. Then I have when to escalate. If someone asks a question outside of your knowledge files, acknowledge it, request the email to follow up, send me an email to support. And then additional guidance. So every chatbot now has to have a role, a goal, a process, a tone, and then protocols, right? Like the sales process, the escalation protocol, and all that stuff. These 5 things. And in the templates right here, we have templates that you can use. This one is pretty cool, hybrid support and sales. So it's ideal for SaaS, subscription, agencies, or any business that has support that converts into a sale. But these are already been updated with these 5 things that ChatGPT 5 needs to have. So that's step 1. So in order for you to know, like, okay, now we're in this new world of ChatGPT 5, we need to have these 5 things. I need to create these things. Does that make sense? Any questions about that? Okay, cool. So now with that in mind, Paul, share your screen, and I'll just show you how to have Gnome help you make your instructions better. So these are the old ones, which is totally fine. It should still work fine. But if you go to test, for example, click on test, and you ask it whatever question. So hold on a second. This is, I need help handling a situation. That's very vague. Like if you came to a human and said, hey, I need help handling a situation, the human will not know what to say, right? The human will have to be like, what situation?
Well, that's what I was hoping it would do, actually. I was trying to create an initial bifurcation point where they either were like, I need to know about a policy, or something is actively happening and I don't know how to handle it. And now, so I was, I'll change it. That was my original thinking.
That's totally fine. Then you would say policy process. Follow this process when someone asks a policy question. And then you're going to have the tree down as the follow-up. Does that make sense? In the instruction.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it will not know when am I supposed to do what?
So that's kind of, look at here, Ifat. So I was in the ballpark, right? So when I did this section called handling issues, and I called it technical support for policy enforcement, and I had that, and then I had technical support for emergency situations.
So just be more specific, because GPT-5 follow this process when a user
Okay.
asks a policy question. Follow
Yeah.
this process when.
Okay. All right.
But if someone came in, these two buttons, they're supposed to be conversation starters, meaning like the user doesn't know what to ask, I'm going to ask the question for them. They're not buttons that you click, right? Because there's no if-else predefined tree flows in GNOME. It's more of like a smart conversation thing. So these are to help the customer start the first question that they didn't know they wanted to ask. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So instead of I have a policy question, is how would I go, or like what would be a better question that you would come to a human, an RA, and be like, hey, I have this question about?
Well, that's the thing. There's like 100 of them. So I probably better just taking these away completely and letting them just start typing or talking.
Yeah. So so click on one, for example, and let's just see what happens. Okay, so sure, I can help with your policy question. What do you want to focus on? Title, residential, reporting. If you prefer, you can tell me the exact question. Okay, that's cool. So then what would be the follow-up, for example?
So literally, in case any of you are wondering, these are the kinds of things we're having these days. Can I have a snake as an emotional support animal?
Sure. Okay, would you want this to be shorter?
I'm okay with 2 bullet points, and then yeah, I mean I think that's okay.
Okay. So try to mess it up. Before we proceed, may I have your name and email so I can tailor the guidance I needed? Do you need that?
I was thinking I do, because again, this isn't for students to use, it's for RAs, and they're a very focused group, and I want to be able, especially if they have a situation, I want them to be able to get all of the material sent to them to help them with their report.
So that will
So-
require some automation stuff with either Make or Zapier.
Yeah,
Or unless you want to forward everything to your email and then your email forward somewhere else. But other than that, because GNOME doesn't send emails on your
Right.
behalf. And the reason why is because we don't want spammers to come in and use AI to just like
right.
spam a bunch of people.
Okay.
So if you're going to create an automation where it actually asks for a name and email, adds it to Active Campaign, and then send something, then keep it. If you don't, then there's no point.
Okay. All right. That's cool.
So
So
okay.
basically, I mean, my main thing you've already covered is I just need a more focused, like, workflow for it to deal with policy and issues versus like confrontation of behavior situations.
Yes, and
Okay.
if it doesn't do what you want it to do, which I'm trying to get it to not do what you want it to do so I can show you how to fix it, but it's doing what you want it to do.
Well, here, you know what? So I gave this past weekend my RAs that were on duty, I was like, hey, let's just test it and play with it, right? So there was all right, so someone was making this up. Like I think this was the assistant at campus safety. There's a person sleeping in the stairwell. There wasn't really. Like,
Yeah.
So this was, again, I can escalate this to campus safety right away. It did good of saying, if this is an immediate emergency, call 911.
Yeah.
And then they were like, okay, that was a pretty good answer. So then they switched to, I'm an RA, and I think there's a party going on in a room.
So it's escalating again. So you need to have an escalation process, right?
Yeah.
And you need to say like, use this process to escalate when, and then blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But the way to fix this is if you guys get an answer that you don't like, you can, in the chat, in the test, you can just say, I asked you to be brief. Don't fix your response. Tell me, why haven't you been brief, right? And then tell me how to change the prompt so that you will be brief next time. Tell me how to prompt you so that next time you'll be brief. So if it gives you an answer that you don't like, or it's like, hey, I told you to be quiet, why aren't you quiet? Or I told you to do this, why aren't you like that, right? You can talk to it like a human in the chat itself, in the test itself, and be like, hey, I asked you to do blah. Why aren't you doing blah? So for example, let me see if I can find mine that we did exactly that, and I'll show you. Let's see. Trying to find a long conversation that I had where I'm like, okay, there you go. So an example of that would be something like this. I'm like, I asked it a question, one of the question, and it gave me this answer. And I told it, don't give me. So this chatbot, what the purpose is to help me sell a course. I put all the information, all the knowledge of what goes into the course, but not the course specific, right? Just like who's the target audience, what the objections are, and all that stuff. And I was like, I just want you to sell the course. Don't help them solve everything. Tell them that this exists in this module and answer the questions that someone will have before they buy. Give them testimonials, give them all that stuff. So, so I asked it, like it gives me all these answers. Let me see, blah, blah, blah. The testing, right? And I said, be brief. And it gives me all this answer. Like, hey, what does it mean to you? Key benefits, want to see this in action. I can just ask it. I ask you to be brief. Why aren't you brief? Help me fix your instructions. And it will say, oh, you're right. Let me tidy it up. Here's some practical, easy to implement fixes, right? And then it gives me all this long thing. I'm like, dude, come on. I'm not going to give all these instructions to you. Like, you're going to get confused. So I said, give me the exact prompt that will make you stay brief. And so it goes like, for brief mode, it created a brief mode. And I was like, okay, I guess ChatGPT has mode, brief. And when I did that, it actually started being brief and started answering the question completely. So what I'm demonstrating is the ability that you can have a conversation with this and go like, I'm saying this, you're hearing that. Am I giving you conflicting instructions? Did I say somewhere be brief and then below that I say expand on, give me all the answers? Like, what are you not understanding? And it will actually tell you how to fix it. So that way you don't have to be like, what's the word? What's the word? Like, for example, in one part, I said, only use the module document. It only used the module document. And I was like, oh, fudge. So now you're ignoring all the other documents. Let's remove the word only. Now it's using all the knowledge base. So little things like that might change the way it interacts. Does that make sense? The good thing is that you don't have to guess. You can just interact with it and just be like, what are you not? The same way that you would talk to a human, right? Like, hey, human, I gave you this job description. Why are you not following it to the way I told you? And the human will say, well, you told me to give it to you and you said this. Which one do you want me to do? Right? Is that helpful? Does that answer the question? Yeah? Cool. Anything else, Paul, before we move to Zachary?
I would just like to take a moment and show you what was my favorite interaction so far where again, one of my RAs on duty on Saturday night, being a little cheeky, wrote, "There is a frog outside of Danforth," and and it responded saying, "I can log this as a note, and if you want, escalate or involve facilities." And where's the other? My favorite thing was, oh, here we go. "If you'd like, I can also include a quick note advising to monitor for any safety concerns or wildlife hazards." I was like, I don't know if we need to do that for the frog, but thank you.
Well, I freak out when I see frogs. So for me, that would work just amazingly well. I called my son's dad. "Where are you? There's a frog in my house. You have to come here right now. You have to take the frog away. It's moving. It's moving." So I would relate to your chatbot at this moment. But you're good, Paul? Like,
Yeah, I'm good. I gotta go to my next meeting now, so it's perfect that, yeah, I just need to sit down and create that structure, and that totally makes sense to me. And I'll let you know how it goes on that next iteration. Thank you so much.
Perfect. You're welcome.
All right. Good luck,
Zachary.
everybody.
So Zachary, Vanessa, Ramsey, Com, do you want me to go over what's possible with Noem and how to do that, or do you have specific things that you want me to cover?
I am good with what's possible.
Okay.
Good with Noem
Yeah.
because I'm starting, and then I guess maybe we can ask questions if we need to along the way.
Yeah. So let's
Yeah.
start with sales, okay? Because
Can I
that's
add
where
something?
you want. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I would like instructions on how to customize that instruction area so that we can get what we need. I'm sensing that's the place where I need to focus on.
In the instructions, like how to get the instructions the way you want it.
Yeah.
So two things for you. One, this the templates that we have, these templates will already give you the structure here. It's already going to say your role, things to avoid, and then you can fill it.
Got it.
That's step one. Step two that you might not know, we have this little star here, and this is AI. So you can click on it and say, help me improve my instructions. Or you can leave it blank and it will just review the instructions. Or if you have any specific things of like, why aren't you brief, for example, whatever you want to figure out, right? If you want to leave it blank, you can just click on it. It will take a little second to analyze your instructions, and it's going to give you suggestions of how to improve them.
Okay.
Don't copy paste right away because sometimes it might change things without you knowing that, but it will tell you. Clarify ambiguous constraint, such as this one.
Okay.
Further detail what should happen if a customer asks questions. So it will tell you exactly what's going on in your specific instructions, and then it will try to improve it.
So how can we, I guess, customize the instructions field so that it helps the blog writer?
Oh, forget the blog writer for a second. I'll show you the blog writer.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is for chatbots to do either support or sales or virtual assistant or support and sales or any of the other things that you might want it to do, right? For the blog, you can come to my projects, new project, click on blog writer, choose the company. And this is the only thing that you have to fill in. That's it.
Okay.
The theme. So if you are in mental health, the tone and style that you want, friendly, witty in the style of Rory Sutherland, whatever it is, right? Things that you want to include, depression, anxiety, whatever you want, things you want to exclude, I don't know, food eating, whatever you want to exclude. How often do you want to get it? Weekly or every day? And then what the format, you want it in WordPress, Word document, that's it. And then all you have to do is enable. So what will happen is you will get this is for me, and you'll have a queue, and you can just generate more topics. and it will go out and it will actually write the blogs, and every week it's going to send you an email, and I'll show you, with the
Yeah.
blog in it. Did you get those before?
Yeah, I have been getting
Yeah.
those. They do work. I'm just curious, how can I sort of customize its output?
So the only customization that you can do is what to include and what to exclude, and the
Okay.
voice and stuff. Otherwise, it just works as it is. It will
Got
go
it. Okay.
and research the web on the topic that you want, find the articles, and persuade them. If you want it to be like your specific tone, then expand this a little bit of what
Okay.
specifically you want in there.
Is there a way to like put in the knowledge base?
Into the blogs.
Or at least have some sort of knowledge base so that every time it sends me a blog that it's referencing something from the knowledge base.
So the blog references things from your company.
Okay.
So the goal is to promote your company, right?
Yeah.
So it will take what it knows about your company and kind of like compare that to everything that it finds on the web. So it will go and search the web. We're using Perplexity. It will search the topics that you want, and it will create an article that connects like all this company, blah, 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 in our company, blah, 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 right? So it
Got
will
it.
connect everything together for you. Keep in mind, this is first draft, right? So this is instead of paying someone on Fiverr to go and spend 5 hours doing the research
Right.
and writing and giving you the first draft that you have to look at and fix anyway. So that's what the purpose is. The goal is not copy paste. You
Yeah.
still need to add your 2 cents to it. But that's how blog writing works.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so if we are building, let me see, let me do this one. Most of the features that you want for your clients exist either in the instructions in terms of like who to email when something happens, right? Escalations. In the chat functions, where clearing the history, I always check that. Voice mode, that's mostly what it is. The multiple choice are kind of cool. What it will do, it will create these buttons. Instead of giving a list of 3 things, it just create a button that someone can click on automatically. And then these are the most important things. If you're working with Shopify, we have a short video. This takes like 3 minutes to connect. All you have to do is put the Shopify domain here, click authorize, go to Shopify, turn in a plugin, and they're connected. And what will happen is it will start pulling out products from the store. It will say the inventory. It can say, hey, what are the products under $100? It can show sales. And it will show the product inside the chat where people can just click on it and go directly and buy it. So if you're selling it to Shopify owners, amazing, amazing, amazing. People that have a long catalog and people come here and like, what's the product about? What's the right dosage for me? Out of all these products, which one should I take? We had one of the customers with a Shopify store where they came in for a refund request, and the chatbot actually upsold them to something else. So they said, hey, you might need something else to complement to get the results that you want. And the customer left happy. So Shopify is amazing integration if you're working with those type of clients. In the hosting, what's super cool about this one is that as you're selling this, a lot of people, when you go to someone's website, people get lost in the website, right? There's a lot of work that needs to be done. There's the copy, there's the design, there's is it converting, there's where do I put the testimonials, and someone comes in just to find an answer, right? So rather than giving people just like a website and have a pop-up, you can have the same exact project that you have, the same exact bot, but it'll be hosted on Gnome. And you can also host it in your own domain. Like you can have your own domain and you can change the domain. So now if someone goes to ifatcoin.com, they get directly to this website. What's nice here is that they can have a QR code, they scan it, they go straight to the chatbot to talk to it. They have their social accounts right there. They have the conversation. So someone comes in here and they're just conversing exactly like they would in any, with any other chat. So it's a standalone smart website that you can host for your clients, or you can just give them as an add-on or not. In addition, in the deploy, you can connect it to Twilio. So that means that someone can actually text on their phone that same chatbot. So you can have Google My Business, for example, right? Where people, instead of texting and asking the same question, are you open? Do you have this on the menu? Is it pet friendly? Do you do this thing? The same question they ask all the time, they just go to the chatbot. Last night, a friend of mine showed me that they were texting with CarMax chatbot and asking about cars and the inventory and everything in there. And it was just a text message back and forth, exactly like Noem would work. So you can have the same chatbot on your own website as a pop-up, on its own smart website, in SMS and in WhatsApp as well. Does that make sense?
Yes. And so in order for us to do SNS, we have to do Twilio. And
Yeah.
so the pop-up that you have, so usually I'm used to seeing the little bots in the corner. You click the little bots in the corner,
Yeah.
the bot pop up. So you'll still have, that's when you place a bot, but then what you just showed me was an individual page that has the bot on it that will ask questions. And so that page is connected to their website or to, like, say, my website.
So you have 4 ways of displaying the same chatbot.
Okay.
One way is the pop-up right here on the side. You have this little bubble that gets the conversation started, and you have the same exact, the normal chatbot that we're expecting. That's one.
Okay.
2, you can have it embedded on the website as support or something like that. So for example, you can embed it like this. So we have clients that instead of a contact us form, because the idea is that why do you even contact support if I can just solve your problem with a chatbot, right? Let the chatbot be your support thing. If it can't solve the problem, then escalate. We find that with our biggest clients, the ones that have 1,800 conversations a day, only less than 1% are being handed off to humans. That means that the human team is free from all the repetitive stuff, right? Because when they come to their contact us page, they find the chatbot, and the chatbot solves all the problems. So one way is the little pop-up here on the bottom. Number 2 is embedded on your website wherever you want it. Number 3, have a standalone website just for your chatbot. And number 4, you can have it as an SMS or WhatsApp. Same project, you meet your clients wherever they are.
Okay. Okay. And so this is an external website that it's on, or is this a website that was given by Noem?
So this is Noem. You see app.noem-ai. So this is the same one here. This is our, you can give it whatever background you want by basically putting a URL here. So you can find, I can change the background to whatever, like let's say I'm looking for skincare. Like let's say that's my client and I want skincare. So I can take this image, right click, open the image in a new tab, grab the link to the image, come to Noem, replace this with this, save, publish, and now dermatology.
Okay, so it is published on Noem. Yes.
It's published on Noem. If you wanted it to be on vanessa.com, then right here you can have your own custom domain, and you have the instructions on how to point your domain to this hosting. So we will still host it for you. We give you secure certificate, which is about $80 a year. We save you that. All you have to do is point your domain name to Noem, and then every time someone goes to vanessa.com, they'll see this website.
Okay. And then, okay. So then that you could program, like say, hey, are you looking to start a nonprofit or whatever, say for instance, and then you could just chat with them there versus them having to go through the site. Okay. Now, is there an additional fee and cost? How much is it per, is there in the OpenAI, there's no additional fee of how much the chat, if you use so many chats or anything?
No, so when you're on Gnome, right, depending on the plan that you're on, you'll be just, how it's basically based on the traffic that you're getting. So however many conversations. You can limit how many conversations someone has under design, under limits. You can say, I don't want any humans to have more than 50 messages back and forth. If I can't solve the problem in under 50 messages, tell them that like, hey, I can't solve your problem. Let me contact you to support. And that way you can control how much people are using it. Most people don't have 50 conversations unless they're, but you can have like 100 or 200 or whatever you want.
Okay. And that's you and all of your customers. Like if I was to sell the bot, they would, what would be their limit? It would just be based on the number of credits that I have or what
Right,
package I
exactly.
purchase. And if I need
So
more, then I would purchase more.
yes, you can purchase more. So under account, manage plan, you have let me see. Under manage plan, you have the top up. And you can say, hey, every time my token goes under 500 tokens, boost me up and give me more.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So what we covered is we covered the blog, how to get a weekly or daily blog. We covered the 4 ways that you can host and sell your chatbot. The limits that you can put on the messages so that you control how many messages are happening. Let me show you something else when you're selling things. So we have submitted a Chrome extension that will allow you to basically demonstrate what the chatbot is going to do for clients before they even bought it from you, right? Like let's say I call it demo and close. So if you want to show someone what it would look like before they became a client, they can't envision it, they can see the benefits, they can see all that stuff. You can come into the knowledge file, you can teach the chatbot from URL. You basically just put the website URL in here and Noem is going to learn, which is exactly what I just did for this one. I didn't do anything. I didn't update the instructions. I didn't do anything, right? I taught it what it needs to know from the website, from the existing website, and I just updated the look and feel a little bit and changed the sample prompts. That's all I did in order to sell this chatbot. Then I went to their website, which is the Alchemy Beauty. Beautiful website. She just built it. Amazing. This one is just a contact us form. There's nothing there. She makes money when someone books a call with her. So booking a call is all the way down here. And in the meantime, I don't know which one of these is even working for me, right? Should I get a chemical peel? Should I do a skin thing? I don't know none of this means, right? So I can demonstrate to her what would a smart chatbot be like on her website. I can go to my Chrome extension. I can add the API from here, just add it to the Chrome extension. And what it will do, it will inject the chatbot right here on the bottom. And now she can see how the chatbot looks on her website and how it interacts and what it says. So this one, for example, I'll be like, hey, which one is right for me? And it's going to start asking me questions. What do you want? This is it, blah, blah, blah. When I demonstrate this to the client, I can be like, I don't even know if these are the right answers, right? I just took the information from your website. It's 30% there, right? What we'll need to do is we'll just need to go over that stuff and make sure that it gives the right answers. But really, all you want is for people to book a call with you, right? So that's the entire purpose of the chatbot. It's to educate people of which one of all these services is right for them and then book a call with you. So if this is, what's that?
I'm sorry. So the chatbot is not reading the site. The chatbot is reading the website.
No.
No, it's the information you already put in the chat, the knowledge base. So it's not looking, it's just only what you put in there.
Exactly. So what I did is I took their website, I came in here, I came to the knowledge base, I said, create file from URL. I said, come here and learn. That's all I did.
Okay. So the chatbot learned just by you giving it the website. Okay.
It learned everything.
Okay.
And then I turned it into a file. See, it's like it just went and read and like covered all that stuff. And I said, okay, and it turned it into a file. And that's the file.
Okay.
And then I just changed the sample prompts here. Which treatment is right for me? Can I treat and pay later? Because I kind of looked at her website and I was like, what are the things here that people might care about? And then the extension allowed me to showcase what it would look like to work on her website. So I'm calling this, so if you're trying to sell chatbots, the way that I do it is I go like, hey, I just built a chatbot, for your website, 30% there, it takes 10 minutes to kind of show you what it looks like, what it might do for you. Want to spend 10 minutes. If they say yes, then I go and I put their URL and I make these things. I spend 20 minutes just doing this because I don't need to make it perfect. I just need to give them an idea of what it will do. If they want to pay me to finish it, then I'll do all the work that we just talked about. If they don't, I just spend 20 minutes for an appointment.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Any other questions?
Oh my gosh. Do you I have lots of questions. And so the bot that you just went into to build that was just a basic bot?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You can choose. You have the support, the sales support, the virtual coach, the Shopify. Shopify really needs help, right? So the way that I do that, I send message. I go to my personal network, right? People that I know, and I go like, hey, I took a look at your website. People are saving about actually $300,000 a year with chatbots because they're eliminating support, and chatbots are converting at 30% more. I took the time and just put something quick together. Is it worth 10 minutes to show you what it looks like? If they say yes, then I go in and they book an appointment with me. Then I go in and I take their URL, I put a website, I build it together, and then I show them. If they said no, I don't do anything. I just send an email, said, if you want, I'll show you. And all I do is I spend 30 minutes getting something basic in place so that they get the idea. I show them what it would look like, what it will do for them. Then I say, do you want it? And then they say, and I said, you can build it yourself. I can save you the money, you build it yourself. And they usually go like, no, you build it. I'm like, okay.
So where did where did you get the Chrome extension? Is there a Chrome extension in there for us to click, or is there, how do we get, did we get
The
that?
Chrome extension, we submitted it to Google Chrome Play. Now they're in the process of approving it.
Okay.
If you want it, once you get to that point, and if it's not on the Chrome extension, just send me an email.
Okay.
Okay.
So do you do this training every week or once a month? How often do you do this training?
We're going to start having those calls every Tuesday at 5 p.m.
Every Tuesday at 5. Okay. Because
Yeah.
I'm going to get in there and play with it. And I'm sure I'm going to I was in it before and I'm like, this thing is too complicated. And I just left it and just went on to do something.
So tell me, what was complicated? What was confusing? How can we make it better?
Yeah, it was I don't know. I'll have to go through it again because I seen the bots and then the age, and it's like, okay, what's the difference between this? And then I tried some and it didn't work. So when I was like, okay, so then what's my best use case for this? And I couldn't really think of a use case for it. And so now you give me some ideas, so I'm gonna go back and try to play. And then, but I need to come up with use cases. For instance, for myself first, I'm getting ready to launch a couple of my apps. Okay, so I have 2 different apps I've created specifically for nonprofits. So I'm ready to launch them over the next month. And it's like, how can I use this tool to help me launch it? Or would I use this tool to help launch that the app.
Yeah, so how are you launching it? Are you gonna do ads? Are you sending emails? How are you launching it?
I'm not going to do ads. I'm going to launch it a couple different ways. I'm going to do ironically snail mail is one. So I'm going to have because I target busy nonprofit leaders, so most of them are not online, right? They're out in the community, they're out in the field. So I'll do snail mail, email, LinkedIn, and then go into workshops. So those are my 4 main ways of marketing it.
And when you do snail mail, what's going to be on the postcard?
It's going to be a QR code for them to set up an appointment to learn more about whatever, I'm doing.
Okay, so that learn more can be a chatbot. It's the same questions, it's the same education, you can demo, right?
So if I do a learn more, and then when they click on the chatbot, they click
And
the
then they
QR
scan the
code
QR code and
chatbot.
they can get to the standalone website, right? That basically answers all their questions, right? And then goes like, do you want to start? Click here to start, or you want to talk to a human? Go to a human. Why would you waste your time with repeating the same questions over and over again?
Right. Now that's a good use case. Okay.
Every time you need to educate, the chatbot can educate for you.
Okay.
Right? You can embed videos in it. For example, right here in the inside, in the design, in the chat window, you can have an image. You can have anything here. So you can have an image that you are starting with, like I can do this one. It's pretty big. But now when they pull up the test, it's the first image pops up. Hi. It can be a GIF, it can be a thing, it can be a video, it can be, hello, welcome to blah, 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 blah. This is what we're doing here, right? It can be an intro video, it can be a testimonial video. So if you wanted to put a video here, you'll just click on this and you'll connect it to a video from YouTube or Vimeo or whatever, and it'll be a video right there.
Okay.
Hey, I had a question.
Yes.
So I've been trying to play with the image generation, and I'm having trouble downloading the image. Can you show me that process?
The image generated, this one?
Yeah.
So downloading the image?
Yeah, for some reason it'll create the image for me, but I'm having trouble like downloading.
So let's create a pretty customer service web. Freestyle.
Or seeing my library.
So this little icon here doesn't work for you?
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try that. Maybe I didn't see that. Thank you for pointing that out.
Yeah. Did you try right click also?
I tried right click and it didn't work.
Okay, but this little icon that says download should work for you.
Okay. Cool, thank you.
Yeah. Ta-da. And then download. Okay, so when you download, it opens it in a new window, and now you can do save images. See that?
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Any other questions about the chatbots?
I was going to say, come on, Zachary. I know you got some more questions. When other people ask questions, I learn too.
Well, I'm also curious about any new developments with Gnome, like a roadmap. What's happening?
I cannot talk about that.
Okay.
Legally.
Gotta keep it secret.
Legally, yeah. Here's a few cool things. So anyone here runs ads? Any ads? No? Because if not, that's not applicable for you.
I did. I have an ad running, but it's not effective, so I'm gonna cancel it.
So are you running it on Facebook or?
It's running on Facebook, yeah, right now.
So in Facebook, caveat, working with Facebook is a pain in the badunkadunk, right? It's horrible. But what seems to be working really, really well is taking someone from an ad on Facebook into WhatsApp messages. Why? Because people feel like now they're not getting to a form, they're not getting to a website, they're not getting confused, they're actually talking to someone who can actually solve their problems. What's cool about that is that you can connect your chatbot to WhatsApp, right?
Really?
So when you deploy right here, you can connect it to WhatsApp, and then WhatsApp is going to have all the conversations, right? They'll go from the ad to WhatsApp, talk to the chatbot will get them wherever they need to go. The challenge with this is that you're working with Facebook, and working with Facebook is a pain. So the connection to the WhatsApp in the event developer is a little bit of tons of hoops to jump through because it's Facebook. But once it's working, that's a hack. That's something cool that you can do. What else could be cool for you guys? We are developing. So how much traffic are you guys getting to your websites?
Very little.
A little bit.
I gotta go, y'all. Thank you.
You're welcome, Zachary. Nice meeting you.
Take
Yes.
care, Zach.
Take care.
Bye. Ramsey and Combe, if you have any questions, let me know because we're here for you as well. So once you're getting more traffic and you're actually having conversation with the chatbots, we will create reports for you, weekly reports that goes through all the conversations and kind of summarizes everything that's happening. So you don't have to live inside your inbox. The chatbot will do the chatbot thing. If there's any escalation, it will escalate you. And then you'll get a report going like, these are the conversations that are happening. So the noem motto is set it and forget it. Set the blog post, let it run, you get it in your email, you apply it. Set the chatbots, let everybody go talk to the chatbot. If there's a problem, it comes to me. Otherwise, they go wherever they need to go. By the end of the week, send me a report so I'm kind of understanding what's happening. And then when it's done, it's done. I'm not interacting with it. So whereas most companies will take AI and put it on top of support, on top of sales, on top of stuff, we're going like, no, let be AI first, free my time from talking to the same, answering the same question, educating the same thing, saying the same thing over and over again. If there's a problem, then I'll jump in. Because I can spend my time talking to my VIPs, I can spend my time networking, I can spend my time growing the business, I can spend my time on doing the other things that don't require the same information over and over again.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna start with one thing and I'll be back next week.
Sounds good. Ramsey, no question. G, no questions.
I'm
I'm
sorry
amazed.
if I'm having a situation. I wasn't on, but I was listening. Can I ask you? I was on the call last month, and you mentioned that you were going to send the recordings, but I never received any of the recordings.
That's my bad. I will make it a priority tomorrow to upload all of them to our YouTube so you can watch it on YouTube.
Oh, great.
Yeah, that's
And
my bad.
yeah, it's great for the training,
Yeah.
if we can use that while we're working, because you went through some very valuable information, and I wanted to thank you for that.
Of course. Anything specific you're working on that I can help you through?
Not right now. Unfortunately, I'm not really as prepared. I've had a situation, that I just haven't been able to spend as much time as I should on this to be prepared for even tonight's session. But I'm gonna catch up because I need to, and I've cleared what I need to do. So I've freed up some time for this, and I need to get it working. But yeah, if we can do the recordings or what have you, that'll be great. Would be
By the end
great
of the week, you should have all of them on YouTube.
on YouTube. All right. And can we expect to get a link to the recordings before that, or?
So they're going to be on YouTube. So you have our YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, I think so. If I don't, I'll find it. I
Noem.ai.
do have, yeah.
Yeah, just noem.ai. I'll create a playlist with all the recordings, so then you can see all the sessions recording on that playlist.
Excellent.
Yeah, my apologies, running behind on that, but I'll get on it.
No problem. My apologies. I
No,
just wanted to clarify that. Thank you.
You're very
Yeah.
welcome.
I thought I missed an email or something, so
No, no,
I
no,
just
it's my bad. But thanks for calling me on that. It's good to know that people are looking for them, and I'll make it a priority.
sorry to trouble you more.
You're not. I was supposed to do that, so it's on me.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course. So if you need any help or anything else, I'll see you guys next week. We are available on email, and we have a WhatsApp group. So if you need to reach us on WhatsApp, anyone here has WhatsApp?
Yes.
Yeah. Let me give you the link to that,
Okay.
and you guys can. There's a lot of conversations happening, and then we connect one by one. So I put that in the chat. Come there, say hi. We celebrate the wins and help solve any issues.
Okay.
Wonderful. Thank you for coming today. Thank you for turning your cameras on. Always nice talking to you guys. And I'll see you next week.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.